All right, welcome to your least favorite 10 minutes of the day. The debate happened like a couple days ago. I don't remember exactly what, and it made me not want to vote at all. It was a miserable little show. Um, it was just a joke. I don't know. Both sides didn't really seem to know what they wanted whatsoever for the country. They just kind of like threw some random ideas at some poor little reporters that were sitting in some chairs in the corner, and they just argued with each other. But that's how every debate goes. Usually it's kind of funny, usually it's fun. But no, this one just made me not want to vote at all. It was like they didn't really know what they wanted, and they didn't really show any like promise or anything. And like it's not like I'm gonna go out of my way to avoid voting. I guess if I'm near it, I might. But like, they didn't make anything clear. I mean, Trump basically just sat there the whole time asking if they were gonna do anything about the people eating dogs, apparently, and like that was a complete waste of time. I don't know. Like that's not something that happened, clearly, obviously. I would really hope that didn't happen. Um and based on like every fact check article that came out within 5 minutes of the entire debate ending, it didn't. So that obviously was kind of out of the way. And then the whole, I don't know why he decided to pin it on Haitians or Springfield, which I didn't know the Simpsons were eating dogs, but apparently that's a real place. And then Kamala just kind of was this other side that kind of just like sat there and smiled the whole time. Like, I'm not gonna clip any of it because I'm a little bit too lazy to do that. And obviously, you can go watch it. It's freely accessible on YouTube anywhere. Literally, it's on Disney Plus for some reason, by the way. Yeah, the one person who has a Disney Plus subscription still after that whole fiasco. But yeah, Disney Plus apparently has the entire presidential debate for whatever reason. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go watch Cinderella. Let's watch the presidential debate afterwards. Um, yeah, it's literally everywhere and it's openly accessible. You can find it really easily. If you're really interested, just Google it. Google it. You'll find the clips I'm referring to really quickly. And you'll probably also find the fact check articles that tell you none of it's true. The whole thing with Kamala is it's not as big, I guess, as the whole Trump thing. Like, whatever, she's kind of had an opinion on this thing called fracking, which is basically drilling for oil or whatever, obviously, which is pretty bad for the environment, whatever. I'm not really an environmental knight or anything, but you got to admit the shortcomings where they exist. And she kind of flipped on that, which is bad because of how like random it was. She never really had a moment where she was like, ah, yes, maybe I should like change my view on this because it's like better for the economy than I think it is. Like no lead up to that. But I guess it's like, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. I keep saying I guess. But anyways, the amount of time that they just kind of sat there throwing knife shots at each other rather than actually talking about things that were important was it was like watching a sitcom without laugh tracks. Like it was just really awkward and really like and then so then Trump had a little bit of a argument as well. So he kind of was doing his little thing talking about the dogs because apparently he's very invested in the fact that some dogs are getting eaten and some pets, the pets, the pets of the people, yeah. Um, and he's just very invested in it. So he was talking about it way too much, and the like debate handlers had to like step in a couple times and be like, "Hey, man, you're wrong. You've been talking about this and rambling on so long, like we've had time to Google it." And tell you that it's not correct. We even had time to call the cops that are in the area. They said it was wrong. They said there's been no reports. You have no idea what you're talking about, Grandpa. And he basically got in an argument rather than just being like, okay, like, I'll stop, whatever. Maybe I was wrong. No, 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 no. He got in an argument with the handlers. He gets up on stage and he gets in an argument with the people that are putting on the debate that he's been asking for, by the way. But, obviously this isn't a Trump hit piece because Kamala's standing there the whole time with her jaw on the floor, like she's not really doing much. And don't get me wrong, I don't have any like dibs in the political events. Like I think it's like the biggest waste of time ever, but obviously it has its purposes or whatever. Not really for me. I don't exactly insert myself very deeply into it, but it has its served purposes, I guess. And so yeah, Kamala's basically standing there with her jaw on the floor the entire time, and then they switch over to her, and Trump does his usual thing where he kind of stands there and looks grumpy the entire time, like a I guess a senile old man getting a little bit upset because the doctor just diagnosed him with dementia and he doesn't believe him because he can't remember why he's in the doctor's office. That was about it. I mean, other than that, there's been a lot of like just heat because obviously there's the side of people that don't care at all. Like Trump said it, so it's true. And that's always going to be a thing. Everybody just brush it off and be like, this is how it is. Obviously, he said it. He must know. He's the big man, so he knows everything. But at the end of the day, like, if you really just take everything that these people say at their words, like, you're gonna live a pretty miserable life. I mean, just go out and do your own thing. Don't worry about politics. It's not that important. I mean, it's important if they're offering something that's like really good, I guess. Like if I was getting my student loans that I don't have paid off, I would be pretty happy. I'd be like, wow, that's an amazing deal. But no, they're just getting up on stage and arguing about the pets and the dogs that don't exist. But who knows? Maybe he's a generational. He's just like he's giving us a little preview as to what's to come. Maybe we're just wrong and we have no idea what we're talking about. But I really hope that's not the case because those the dogs that he's printed in his head, they hopefully aren't real because obviously for obvious reasons you don't want Haitians eating dogs. And the worst thing about that is that even like the people that live down in the like area or whatever, they obviously, because it's such a big deal, they had to have interviewers go out and like go around the area and be like, hey, I can't even imagine that. Like you get hired for your first interview job and you have to go up to this random dude in a small town and be like, hey, are the Haitians eating your dogs? Like some guy in a really poor toupee said so, and we've been sent to check. And yeah, no, so they basically had to send out interviewers to like go and find out, like they found out workers and stuff, and like no, they all had pretty raving reviews that the community in general, apparently, this is all supposed because this is just from one or two interviews, is that like the community in general has a tendency to not be so good, and having these people that come in and want to work a lot is great for the people that are running the businesses, and because obviously the people in the supposedly worse community area, whatever they want to call it, come in and they don't really want to do anything, and then they just end up losing workers because they don't want to do a lot, and then when they kind of get expected to do a lot, they like don't, which doesn't matter to me, obviously doesn't really affect me, but at the end of the day, I guess it's like people gotta have people just doing their jobs or something, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna vote. I'm not gonna go anywhere near that little trailer that like sucks you in, and they line you up at a little machine and say, "Hey, Sonny, vote for me, please." Because I don't care. None of these people. I mean, if I'm in the area and I see one and it says like vote here, I might. I'm not even registered actually. But if I was, and I saw like a little trailer that said, "Hey, vote here, please," I would probably go in and just throw a vote at the Green Party, because it's not like they ever win. I could be wrong. I have no idea, but like they're, at least in recent history, they've been pretty slated to lose as soon as they join. Forget about it. I mean, look at how RFK, where is he? He doesn't exist anymore. They don't even like protect him or anything. The only thing I see from him is his Instagram reels, where he just posts like schizo posts in his backyard garden, which are like kind of weird and interesting, because he just kind of goes out there and you'll be like, "I just found a stick bug. Look at this stick bug. It's a stick bug." Or like he'll like be standing there and he'll be covered in ladybugs, and he'll just say like something stupid and be like, "I'm covered in ladybugs. Look at how I am covered in ladybugs. Look at them." And it's this really awkward situation to watch any of his Instagram reels. But, you know, he's just doing his thing. He's living his life. He's accepted defeat. And maybe that's what we all need to do, because honestly, we're cooked. There's nothing we can do. We're completely shot. We're so smoked.